And welcome to Opally Hour, and today we are unboxing another Christmas model, and this time we are going to be doing, it's called the Christmas book, and it's going to be this one here. So I've done a few in this series with mixed success in reality, but saw it, thought we can give it another go. You always hope that eventually, you know, your skills will get better. I've definitely done this one. This Underworld one almost got the better of me in reality. Also done the Firefly at the bottom here. Have been trying to get hold of this, wasn't successful, so done the Small Alley After Rain. I've done another one. Anyway, what do we have? Let's see. So we have our paper elements with a Christmas tree. We have lots of beads. Oh, star beads, that's kind of cool. Lots of other crafty parts, so we're going to be doing a lot of craft. We have our, a lot in here. Let's see. We have lots of wood pieces. Don't know the colour of that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they don't do red. I don't know. Anyway, that's what we have. So then we have more wood elements. Okay, won't have to go through those. Looks like a mirror. Yep, mirror there. Nice thick base, that's for sure. A side window by the looks of it. Let's put those to one side. Then we have our book. I'll go through that in a moment. Have some paper elements, which looks like we've got some templates to put on fabrics and things by the looks of it. So, oh, hold on. Sorry about that. Dog's being silly. And so we'll do this. This has the wood edge, which I am probably not going to be doing it this way. I will use, I've tried it this way and it doesn't work with me. I'll use a gold pen to go around the edges instead. But we have the templates for different elements. We will be using some of them for sure. Right, so that's that. We have other paper elements here. This is just all going to be about the windows. That's fine. And lots of craft elements, wallpapers, boxes. It's a Christmas one. That's our papers, which we will be using quite quickly, and some plastic sheets as well. 4 of those, 3 or 4. Another gold one. It is a Christmas one, so lots of gold on this. So I want to keep that as flat as you can. And then what else is on our sheet? Just one A3 sheet with plenty on it. Not too bad on parcels. I've seen worse. Not too bad. Actually, it's quite a few, isn't there? There's 4 there. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, at least 14 parcels that we are going to be doing for this model. I'm excited. I think it's going to be turned out lovely. So let's have a quick look, see if I can find those electrics and where they are. Not in there. Might be in this one. Are they in here? Because if the electrics have been totally removed, well, this can go back, can't it? And then you won't be seeing this one on channel. Or if you do, it's going to be this part only. Okay, it doesn't feel promising when I can't find the electrics for it. Check the box, nothing in there. Okay, let's go through this. We have a grass element. We have some small wood. There we go. Okay, let me get the batteries for this. We also have some beads, lots of beads. Got little stars in there. Got some snowballs. Gonna make a snowman, I think, on this one. Got some snow as well. Lots of craft plants. More smaller wooden pieces, like a pot. So I'll put all this to one side, and we will go and get the batteries and give it a test. Okay, so let's see if these are the right ones. Oh, we didn't look at the book, did we? Let me put that. I was so keen on getting the electrics done. So the book opens this way. That's common for this company. Don't know who it's by actually. Still don't. Anyway, it's called the Merry Christmas book. So that's good. It'll define it from others that we've done. Got all the instructions. We're going to be mixing the snow so it's like a paste. Okay. Right, can do that. Did I tell us about how to do the lights at the beginning? Let's see. A little bit. No, gives us the warnings. Okay, so it's not going to have steps in it. It's going to be by item, which is pretty much what it did before. They want to play. I'm going to let them get them playing in a sec. And then you've got all about the different types of bulbs, I believe. So it's going to be by item. I think that's how we're going to end up going on here. Probably not page numbers because they normally go over. And then we've got about the batteries here. Does it say what type, how to do the wiring? And batteries doesn't tell you which ones. Helpful. So I don't know if it tells you anywhere which ones. Too many pages to look through, and I don't think it says up here which ones they are either. Anyway, I have brought some batteries with me, so I will get that tested. Okay, so I have a tube of, gosh, what ones are these? I can't even remember. I need 3 anyway. I doubt that they have them in here because England's got this bee in its bonnet about not having batteries come in. I put tissue in there to keep them in there because I've had them a moment. Okay, don't need tissue attached to it there. Alright. They are LR44. Let's see if those work. Can't believe the tissue got stuck to them. I haven't had them that long. Has some paper. Won't be using those, I don't think. Sandpaper. We have our extra wire, so that means we can be doing wire extensions. And then we have our lights. Okay. I am so hoping that this is not going to be broken this time. I can already see that this plastic is off of here, where it should be. Ooh, I don't like it when it does this. So in it goes. Will they fit? The last 2 I've done of these, I've had to adjust the way I've been doing the wiring, so I'm really hoping that this isn't the case a 3rd time or 4th. Okay, let's see. We don't know which way is on or off, or I can't see at least. Okay, put grey to grey, that's something. Makes it a little easier. Very thin wires. Okay, let's see if this works, and I might have turned it off. Stop buying this make, you know. Let's take all these off. Right, let's tie them together. Sad face. I've only just received it, so technically I could send it back. not to give up that quick. Let me try another light, maybe it's that bulb. Every time with these plates. Right, let me see what I can do. I'll do a few more tests. Okay, again, I can't get this to work. I'm gonna, as you can see, I've got things all over the show at the moment. I got loads of these batteries, so I'm going to test a whole new tube and see if I can get that going, because I can't believe that every single time I have one of these that they don't work. So these two batteries I've tested, these ones I have not. Those are both blue, by the way. So let's test them with the normal one, and I'm not going to send it back. I'm just going to go with it, disappointing as it is. This one, oh, it did work, and then I moved it. Right, let's try that again. And another blue one. Are they all blue? That's the question. They might be. And we just go with it, and I will try some other ones on there. So we have red to white in this case. If yours worked, then you would have grey to grey and white to white. And that's a white one, so let's keep that a different place. And then I will mark them all, put some masking tape on them for them. And we have red to white. Frustrating. I mean, I should know by now, I've bought enough of these, but they always look such cool models. Can't even see if this one was going to work. What's underneath my hand? Come here, just move. White one. They've been rolled up a long time, you can tell, can't you? White again. And then lastly, this one. And then we get stuff ready to start. And I'll just find somewhere to put this again if I end up having to use it. But I'm going to try some other batteries on this. And see if that's the thing, because I can't believe I'd be really that unlucky that every time that those electrics don't work. And those batteries are all new, and they have been working. It's not a very bright white light, but it is a white light. Maybe I just have a very good connection. Oh, there we go. Okay, so everything works. All right, let me go and pull some pieces, and we will make a start, and I will let you know about the electrics by then, what I'm going to do. No doubt if I still can't get them to work, I'll just keep trying every now and then. So yes, had to get the magnifying glass out, see what I was doing wrong. All right, be back in a mo. All right, so most times when I do these types of models, I will start by putting paper on. I'm not necessarily going to do that this time. I think I'm going to do it as we go, but nevertheless, the very first piece we need to do that with. And as much as I bought brand new beacon, unfortunately, I had put it upside down and the lid's not very good. So I have a globbled of glue in places that really should not have it. And as far as the batteries go through, so I'm pretty certain they are LR44s. I have ordered, even though I've got like 40 of the others, I have ordered a better make of model. I think Duracell, I think I had ended up with, in case that big pack I bought were no good. and it's to do with the batteries rather than anything else, but I'll let you know on that one when I know. So first things first, and again, most times, especially for plates like this, what I will do is just cut as far as the paper goes, like an edge like this and one up here, so that I can see where it's going. Now with this particular piece, what you want is you want the small notch at the top and the notches to match up. So I'm just going to hold this up to the light to make sure I'm in a good spot before I press it down. And this is kind of the very first stages, is to try and get the out frame done. And then I remove my paper because it wants you to pop those holes through. So a little stabby thing. So remember, this hasn't totally dried yet, but I do find Beacon to be one of the best ones as far as paper on wood goes. I like it, don't get any lumps and bumps. And I've tried a few. I have never tried B7000 on it, so I couldn't swear on that front. Okay, so once it's down, normally I'd wait for it to dry, but being that I'm not on that mindset today, I'm gonna just go along the edges, cut it down straight into the wood because it's a brand new blade. That wasn't the idea. It is a brand new blade. Then cut out the notch, and hopefully it all lined up. I mean, I have got better with using scissors on things like this, so technically it's probably would be fine if I just cut it with a pair of scissors. When I first started doing models, I was terrible at it, I have to say. Right, let's see how that edge is looking. So it looks pretty fine. Got a little bit of an overlap there, but nothing too bad. And this one's a straight. Get rid of that. Because it's still wet, unfortunately the glue seeps straight through the wood again. It'll have a totally different shape to it if I carry on like this, won't it? And on this side it's got the two notches. Double checking myself that that was right. Yep. Into the corner. Okay, a little closer there. And I can see at the top here it needs to trim too. Like I say, you know, I don't know if it's easier this way. I used to find it easier, but I'm not 100% sure anymore. I think your skills change when you've done enough models and things like that. I think your skills just change on it. Okay. So I've got quite a bit out ready to go today. We will see how we do. So that's what we ended up with. You can see it's a little off on here, but there again, I mean, I'm not seeing on the paper that there was loads left over either, so I think we're probably okay. If I saw lots of marks, you know, saying that there was grey on it, this will be hidden anyway, we'll never see it. So not too bad, not terrible. Then we need to do what I had it done and turn it upside down and have these guys on the back. So which way are they facing there? Are they like this or are they like that? I think they're like this. And what you want is you want two at the top and two down here opposite each other, nothing here. So I'm just going to use some wood glue for that. I do prefer to use wood glue if I can. And just a little bit higher than that notch and close to the edge. So about the same on the other side. See if I can get that roughly the same. I think a millimetre here or there is not going to make much difference. But this goes right up into the corner. Just double checking that. Yeah. So have that straight with the edge. Same with this one. The clock from the last build that I did, if you saw it, the Christmas Santa factory one, the clock stopped working and it suddenly started working and I could hear it ticking away. I don't even know why it would do that. And that's all the wood glue's run out, it's all soaked in. Must be some dry wood here, which kind of I would have thought would be what you want. Not that warm in the house that it would dry up so quick. Okay, one here. I'm just going to put it on its side, make sure it's right to the edge. Okay, let's see how far in are we. So we're in about 10 centimetres, so I'll do the same on this side. That other one fell. It's not anyway, it's 5 centimetres. So this one's just going to go up to here. And this one fell off. It's just soaking in rather quick. Do the same. Let's check that I've got it flat. One, two, three, four, five. To here. Right, and then turn it on its feet, it says. Okay. Oh, and then put it to one side. Alright, could do that too. Have another piece of paper up there. Now we are going to deal with the actual main part. I'll tell you what I should have brought was clamps. So we're going to use this piece, which is just plain wood. We're not using this to stick at all. But we are doing this with this one on the inside, like so. And we're using this to make sure it's square, basically. That's what that's for. Not to stick to it, it's just a guide. So again, just going to use some wood glue. So it won't be dry when I'm manipulating it or anything, it's just going to be hopefully holding would be the idea. Could at this point get my clamps. Should I? They don't always work for me either, by the way. So now that's done, we're going to put one on this side too in exactly the same way. And we're actually going to add that base. Well, we could do that, it gives some more stability, we like that idea. What we want is this second hole to be towards the front, so furthest away, and you want that tab. Don't be falling off. So I'm going to stick this in. Then this whole frame can sit there because we're going to move on to other things. So let's stand you up. So So at the moment it's incredibly flexible. And just glue it all the way around. And this is going to square it as well. So if you haven't let it dry like me, the best way is to give it time. Let it dry each step, but that said, you do want to make sure it's square. Okay, I'll do it this way then. Where it wants to go. Put more glue on here because it's soaked in. Obviously this is very crooked. I know I'm using wood glue and it's saying no to me. Knock it, just making sure that is square. Oh my goodness, just knock it again. And it's like so. And then, my friends, we are going to put on the other side rather. Oh, I got to move it. It's like, no, we really don't want to be moved. It's like, no, you're going. Might have to get a clamp at the top there. So probably do that because we're going to go into some other stuff anyway. And then lastly, we're going to put this on the other side. I'm going to move the whole paper, that's probably the easiest way. So let's see. I'm going to do a strand along here. Of course, if you want speed, you could use B7000. But at the end of the day, this, after we put this on, is not 100% going to sit there. We're going to put some glass on it and we're going to do some other steps to this. Don't know why we wouldn't have done that first. Oh, I think we're putting in another piece. I think that's why. I'm actually living in really hoping that the new batteries will work. I mean, the others should, but they are a cheaper make. So this one goes over the edge like so. whereas this one goes up to it. Try and get it square. I need to do is grab some clamps and hold that all in place. However, we are going to put another piece on here which will to an extent rectify that. I'm just checking this. Let me go grab some clamps. Alright, my clamps are kind of too big for it. It will overlap on here, so I'm going to give this a moment, then I'm going to put this one on. And I have that floor sitting to one side to keep the legs on because it keeps moving. So I'm going to put all this to one side. I think there's another part that I need. I did bring more clamps with me, but I can't use them. I will do this in stages, so we will come back to that part, but we don't need it for the second. We are going to be doing some other bits and pieces. We will be putting in, I believe, another piece. It doesn't tell me to put in another piece, but I think we are. Yeah, I think we're putting in A2, which I don't have. Then we're going to put these in, and what it wants us to do with these pieces, the plastic, is to put them on use the template to make the edges round. But when I've done this in the past, there's hardly anything to connect on the inside of our frame. So I'm not going to do it that way. I'm not probably going to cut those corners at all. I'm going to just let them be. So I'm going to pop all this to one side, and we will come back to that in a moment. And it's going to be this piece that we need to go on that inside, but we can do all that at the same point. Okay, next we are going to move on to some crafty stuff, and for this we have quite a few pieces of paper that I need to get ready for it, plus some I'm just doing because I saw them on the sheet and I know it's going to come and they are going to want it done. So we are just going to make a start. Where's my piece of paper for that? This one we are going to need the first. So I am just going to use a bit of beacon again and just attach it to the corners of the paper, like so. And if I can get some a little bit closer to the design by just looking through it, but not on the design, just to hold everything in place. Oop, is there a right side and a wrong side there? Not really. So as long as what we're going to be cutting out is all on the paper, that's all we need at this stage. Got glue on me. I also need to find a pin for my wood glue. I have misplaced it, nothing unusual. So that goes on there. Going to do the same on this one. Is there a right side or wrong? Nope. So again, this time I'm just going to do it on the paper, if I can. There's a big splodge of glue going on. I'm just literally putting dots on it where I can see through it. Having a look at what I'm dealing with. I have more beacon on the way because most of mine I wasted in my pot. I won't be doing that again. Okay, can go on here. And just make sure it's full on that fabric, which it is. So that can go to one side. There, that can go up there, that way. Then we have another one. So you can see I haven't cut it to size or anything like that. Just literally sticking them on as is. The more paper I think you can hold on to while cutting, it makes it a little bit easier. That's what I'm going with. That's my excuse. And I feel like it's one I should stick to. again. It says non-fabric template, but I think it's this one. Makes me wonder now, actually. I'll go check. Yeah, it was. It was the only one I had. Didn't need to go and check. Just looked at the book. Should have thought that. Move this off the paper. It didn't need to be on the paper. Okay. Then this one on the reverse side. Same sort of principle. Hold it up to the light for me. And hopefully you can do it this way. I think it does make it easier in the long run. Some aren't going to matter whether you have the paper on the back of them or not. I know that there's some templates to come where we're actually going to be painting glue on the actual. Okay, I can see that one is. Oh no, glue on the back side of it. Don't want that. And the other golds that we've got of this, I'm probably not going to use, so I'll be saving them for another project. And for this, again, I'm going to try and get it as best I can to the closeness of the edge. And this is obviously for our roofing, and it wants to go on the back. I'm going to look at what I'm doing on the other side. It's all quite tight in here. Oh gosh, it made me jump. And all the rest of it's quite close together. So this probably may not matter if you have paper on it. I can't recall. I've had a very brief look at the instructions. Right, now that that's done, pop that to one side. We are going to do a little bit of crafting. Now some of this is for the green that we've just done. Not this one. But all the rest is to do. Oh, this one we can do as well. No, this one we can't do. Well, we kind of can. Oh, let's just say we can't. Okay, so what we need to do with this, and I've just got some wood glue. It's going to make a mess. Let's dry it down. Is you want to basically drip your ball. I don't need that yet anyway. I need this one in glue. When I can get the bag open so that we're ready to go. So let's get some other tweezers, I think, some which I'm probably not going to use too much. Need to get my other case of tweezers out too. I'm just going to use this one. Won't be using this much during this craft. And just grab it. Didn't quite mean to do that. Spread it around all over as much as you can. Okay, and then dunk into the bag so it coats it all in the green. All over, come on. You want to turn over on that. It's all like, no, we want to soak in and we don't want to be greenified. And then I can see that there's some that's missed. I'm just going to put more glue on there. And hopefully got enough in on my tweezers to get it, but it looks like I'm just going to get my hands messy. I was trying to avoid it, but you can see there's so many missed places. Well, that's not going to work then, is it? That's why I just have done this in the first place and then go wash my hands. My hands are going to turn green. And you could put this in a little bowl. I think that's what I normally do. I really does not want to put green on one side. How funny. Okay. Alright. Okay. What the heck? I feel almost like I've been gardening here. Alright, let's leave that for a moment and I'll go and wash my hands. Alright, what I'm going to do is I am going to put my green in here for future use. Because I think it'd be easier to roll things around in a bowl. This one would be for the snow, and some of this we are going to be mixing with glue. Not quite yet though. Get some ready. It kind of says to mix them in the bag. Don't know how I feel about that. Right, what we also want to do, which I'm not going to do with this glue, I have to put the lids on. Oh, the lid's on it. Oh gosh, I worry. I do. I honestly worry about myself so many ways. Is we're going to use a little bit of maybe B7000 actually. So what we want to do is we want to attach it to our pot here. This one's for the other thing. So attach our ball to here. Just like so. And then you need to move out of the way too. Probably have to wash my hands again. And then we're going to do a sprinkling of snow on it when I can. And then put that to one side to dry. Grab one of these beads that's escaped me. Just going to get this all out of the way. We will be coming back to that very soon, almost immediately, almost. So what we also need to do is clean this because it's got green on the end of it. Stick these two together, and you could, if you wanted, put a cocktail stick with it. Whether the glue wants to give it up or not's a whole other story. So you've got it like that. And this is going to have, we need to cut them out now, some of those greens going in. So just get rid of all of this. Put the lid on this for a second. So we're making two other plants basically. Well, yeah, we are, in the long run we are. So in fact I won't get rid of this paper because we're going to need it again because we're going to make more mess. Okay, we do need the green. So what we want to do is cut these all out. We're going to use all of them, all the little leaves here and also the cone. So let's start with the cone here. I'm not sure where I put the rest of the paper that needs to make its way towards my bin. kind of misplaced it a bit. We do the leaves in a sec. Right, take this, and we want to roll it in a circle. These parts seem always so difficult for me to do, I can assure you. Never quite seem to manage to make it into a cone. What we're actually doing is making a Christmas tree. So let's get this stuck down. Okay, and we have said cone. Almost a said cone. It's going to all be hidden anyway, so it's kind of okay if it is not perfect. It's going to make a Christmas tree. Right, let's get these cut out. So I try and do it so that I have at least one good place to hold on to, which is going to be the top. So not take it all the way up. Let's do it like going around the leaves and then cut across the top, and hopefully we end up with lots of leaves is the idea. Close to, we just need a little bit of trimming. And I have to get my other scissors, which I did not get out ready. Okay, so go along the bottom. Hold them all together, go along the top. Pull that out of the way. You can actually come back. And then we have one there. I think that one still needs doing. Two. This one needs a small trim. Almost there. Three. And last one. Side. I don't know if it's the first one, so maybe I didn't do it. It's possible. And that was slightly bigger than the other, so we end up with 4 leaves. And what we also want to do is cut this down. Keep hold of the other one. And let's put some glue in here. Need to start getting some lids on some of these glues I've got out. I need to go and find my wood glue one. So what I want to do is put this one in here. Wrong. That's not what I want to do whatsoever. I want to do this. Somehow I think one of these beads is wrong, but we're going to go with it. So pop that in, or miss. add your leaves to it. Still got some glue on the tweezers, so that's kind of working in my favour right now. At least to pick them up. Oh, I think it might have run out of luck. Oh, terrible angle for me. Was that it? I don't think that was it. Where did it go? I actually don't see where it went. Maybe I just put this mesh. Maybe it was this one. I don't think it was. Maybe I think there's a bit left over, but we can put it in there. I mean, things with these little parts like this is your view of them from the model is going to be very limited. Doesn't mean that you can't try and perfect it, but if you can't, it's probably not a big deal. I'm going to spend so long on doing this. I reckon as far as small pieces go, this might be it, because I want to get that base part done. I'm going to use some of this glue because it's down. Been a bit easy. Okay, and that's what we end up like, something like so. Okay, go to one side. That's attached to everything else I've been doing. Okay, then let's get the lid on this. It's got the lid on one of them. For this, we are going to dip it in the green again. You'll need to find that pin. It's probably on the dog's blanket. The one for the... Okay, straight onto the tweezers. And we're going to pop it in the green. Like so. Then stick it to that bead. B7000 for the win. Actually, I mean, I know I put B7000 in the middle of it, but that's not going to help this. There's a bit of the PVA stuff. And then we decorate the tree. But I'm going to give all that a moment, clear up, find my pin, and then come back to decorate it, which are with those tiny beads and a little bit of snow. But let's get all this dry first. And I'm going to put my beads in something for the moment. Right, I'll be back in a minute. By now we should be able to do that frame. I'll get the other half of the frame done, so all I have to do is come back and do something new with you. Alright, so this is a little wet still, but in order to move along. So what they say in the instructions is, let's get rid of that, is you take E3, which are gold colour beads, like so, and you put those on, but then it shows that you put the red ones on. So I'm going to put the gold one on the top, so it kind of looks like a star. And then I'm just using the spilt wood glue for the PVA type glue, if I can get them off the tweezers. And I'm not going to put any more gold ones on. And it says to use 5. And I'm just going to save the other gold ones because I don't know if we need it. But if at the end I have a few left over, maybe I'll add some more. Sorry, I'm not even sure I was videoing any of that. Well, I was videoing it, but I'm not sure that you were seeing it. Any more reds anyway? Is that it? Well, I guess we put gold on there. Or is this the gold fell off the top? It just says to apply 5 beads, so I've done about that. If I, like I say, if I got some over, I'll add a few more. But I'm going to save those ones, the gold ones, for another time, because I think it's got confused with itself on the instructions. Right, back to this frame. So let's do this quickly. So what we are then going to do is, once I got this off, it's not fully dry, but it will be enough to work with, is I've got the flooring. Put those off. Is we then put this piece inside, which helps if I put it in the right way. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of wood glue for that. Which side goes to the top? I think the thicker side, the wider side. One of the dogs are having a dream. Probably won't need a lot of wood glue, it's quite tight in here. And then we're going to deal with that paper. Okay. This part, I'm not even so sure it wouldn't be easier to do. I suppose you couldn't marry it up because of the edges. Oops, let's do it again. I really want to put it on that other way, don't I? And this covers up the holes which were in the flooring, which I think is also quite interesting. Okay, I think let's up the other way, so thicker side down then, because you want it to line up with the holes at the bottom. You want this to be level. No, it's definitely going this way, in which case surely that's wrong. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, maybe it doesn't quite go to the bottom. So I've got a gap like that, because what you want is you want the wider side there. Just trying to double check myself here. So this does go on the outside. This one does go on the inside there, and then this goes to, I mean, that looks right. Okay, we're good, like so. And then we have these strips. So you want to take your 2 longer ones, so Beacon can come out and play, and these go down each side. Obviously it's going to be harder to use the rule for it, and you want it so a little bit goes onto the edge, and you want it flush at the back, which means it's going to need trimming after it's in. It's a little bit too wide, make sure it goes all the way into the corner. But you definitely want it flat on that inside, because that's where our plastic piece is going to go next. This video is going to be over the hour, and I do try and make sure that I go within the hour. However, you make a start on these things, and sometimes they're just a bit more detailed than what you want or what you anticipate. But when I get this done, we will call it day. We will put the plastic on so it finishes this part. So again, make sure it's even on the inside, and then I'll get this trimmed somehow. We're just gonna, I guess I could have used a blade. Like so. Okay. Then you take the little short strips, like so, and that's going to go over the edges. So it goes either side of it. I don't know why they wouldn't have made it just a little bit longer, but they didn't. It goes almost to the corner, but not quite. And then turn it up the other way and do the same. Okay, I can see that these are not where they should be. Okay. Interesting, it's covering up those holes in the floor pretty much. Not much in it. We weren't meant to put lights or anything in, so I'll even that up to be like so. And I will get that trimmed off camera. I'll probably do it with a knife. And then the next thing we want to do is put our plastic in. So like I say, I'm not making it have the curved edges. I've definitely found in the past that it's more of a hindrance than not. And I'm going to use a bit B7000 for this. And just have it on the corners and all the way down, every now and then. I should be on my greaseproof paper, but I'm not. I'm trying not to get any strings, because it can be stringy, B7000. Well, I don't need putting glue on. If it's out of shot, I apologise. And then go down into it. Make sure you cover up the whole gap. That's going to need to come higher. Tiny bit lower. It just fits. Not much in it. I want to get glue on it. Okay, and that's how that looks. So it looks pretty good. I can see some glue marks here on the inside actually. Okay, I'm going to just let those go. Right, and that's how we're looking. So we've got plastic on the inside. Alright, so that's what we're going to do for today. So let me show you. Now the little pieces are still wet, but I realise that time's getting on. So let's call that a day. We have our little tree, very wet tree right now. We have our little plant, like so. And we have our round tree, which is also quite wet, and that's what we have done. So those in. All right, what do we have coming up? So the other things I'd pulled was enough to make candy canes and some signs. Also a light, a small light by the looks of it, and some wreaths. Actually, I don't think I pulled the wreath stuff, so that's what we will be doing tomorrow. And then we're going to do a wall where it's all going to get decorated and finished off. But this is like the base of it has made a start. Very happy with this. It fits together very nicely. Could do with a little bit more of a push on this side, but I haven't really got an awful lot to push with, but that's okay. Yeah, very, very happy with that. I'm just going to reply what came in. Joy. Alright, so any comments are very much appreciated. Do please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and any comments are very much appreciated. This is the only plastic, I believe, that we put in at the moment. I know one's going to go here, but they haven't asked us to put that in yet, so I'd imagine that would be right at the end. Alrighty, I will see you for day 2 tomorrow when we will carry on with this build. Take care of you. Bye bye now.